told her might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yeah, it's like that, like that, like that. I told her might be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that. Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that, double that.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker III. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. You talk about this Lions defense.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Seahawks, first down.
Ready, break! 65 catch, 65 catch!
He'll drop to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Brian Branch from the secondary in on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Back to throw. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 39. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
On 1, ready?
Burrow on play action. They'll roll him out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Flush to his right. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. A toss out right to Gibbs to the 27-yard line. The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Play action. It's Burrow. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Come on, Rick.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
11.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Back to throw here. He completes this to Walker. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And it's taken in at the 9. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Lions will take over.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Here's 3rd and 3. And they go play action now. Burrow. He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
1-1, ready?
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now Burrow. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Here we go. 11 MT tape. 11 MT. Stop.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Again, it's Gibbs.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go.
Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibbs.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it.
11,
now receiver in motion left.
12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And it'll be intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Throw out line to Walker. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Walker now on 1st and 10. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll set up a throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And some room to maneuver. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it. As a former defender, I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, here's Gibbs. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 43-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Burrow will throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gibbs on the toss left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
You know, you play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Here's Burrow. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
They'll try and throw for it, eluding the pressure right. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
2nd and 5. 12. God.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
And now here's another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it down the right sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's get set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but, Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home because it's coming through loud.
And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Intercepted by the Seahawks. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Straight ahead, Walker. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Okay, break. Roll, roll, roll. Go.
A gear for Walker running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd and 2. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
So So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This from 32 yards away. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go, here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Lions passing game.
I'm just trying to make the playoffs, bro. Just trying to make the playoffs.
You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Green here. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
11 MT, take.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down.
Ooh, a whole lot of traffic.
Incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here we go, here we go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Gun. Stop. 11 Thomas.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
12. 11. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
11 MT.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 4th down.
11. Stop.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And in for the Lions touchdown. Sam Laporta, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, it's Walker. And he gets it down to the 32. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back to Walker on first down. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
This a 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get that to Charbonnet. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Here's Walker. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, check that.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Walker, and that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown! DK Metcalf from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks are on their way to a 2-0 start. Now Myers for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half. And